Hi, welcome to my channel. Funny title of this video, I'll be back. And the reason I titled it like that is because I am a massive Arnie fan. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, which might seem really weird to you guys. I would say you might know, but you probably wouldn't because it's not something I've ever really spoken about here. And I've just started to watch his Netflix documentary. So interesting and so inspiring. And it led me to think about never giving up. You know the term never give up. And sometimes I say to people, sometimes you just need to give up when you're in such a knotted, horrible state about something. Give up. Now, what do I mean by that? And I was thinking, what do I actually mean by give up? Do I mean somebody's going to give up their dream and just forget all about it? And actually, no, that's not what I mean. Because you still have the idea, you still hold the idea there of the thing that you want, but you give up the effort. That's what you do. You give up the effort, you give up trying, and maybe just for a bit until you get your mindset back on track. He was talking about never giving up, and he was talking about visualization and how he visualized himself winning Mr. Universe and I think is it Mr. Olympia? And he visualized it and he said it happened exactly as, and he just loved the visualization. He just did it. At this point, I've only watched one episode and he hasn't mentioned like manifesting or anything, and I don't think he's going to, but I'm thinking about the way he lived his life was this way of life. And the determination that he had inside of him naturally, and he kept feeling like, I should be in America, I shouldn't be here in Austria, I should be in America. Kind of felt like he should be there. Now to me, he was getting the feeling of the path that he was on, not the destiny that, you know, there's no such thing as destiny, I don't believe, but because he was in that feeling state, that was the road he was on, and he could see as kind of a glimpse of his future. So he was feeling what had already happened, really, if we don't look at time as linear. So interesting, and he never gave up. He went through a stage where he got really down because he came second in the Mr. Universe competition in the States, and he came second, and he just thought that was just the end of the world, and he got over it, and he cried, he said, overnight, and the next day he said, right, you little baby, you've cried, now you've just got to get on with it. And I just love him. I used to, back in the day, in the 80s, I had every single video of every film that he'd ever made, I think. Not Conan the Barbarian, that's the only ones that I didn't enjoy, but everything else I just absolutely loved. And I'm actually watching his Netflix series at the moment. I just think he's brilliant. I just love his attitude. But this don't give up thing, it just bring me back to thinking about it. And I believe the determination that he has and has always had is like this determination now that I have, which is a different feeling state from acceptance. So on one hand, if I need to accept something, I will, but I have kind of lost that acceptance thing. Everything is now, this is what you're doing, you can achieve that. No way is anything going to stop you. Nothing's going to get in your way apart from you. And I don't feel like I'm going to get in my own way anymore. And this state is lasting and lasting and lasting, and good things are happening. And I am moving forward at a rate of knots, which I wouldn't have been doing without this feeling. But I have never, when I have accepted the 3D, I've just accepted that it is what it is now, because it is, isn't it? You know, it is, so what can I do about it? So let's just accept it. So that's just been a release feeling, but I have never given up on the idea of those things that I want, and the idea that I can have them, and worked towards them still, with acceptance being just a release state. And then I went into saying whatever, and I've said that today a couple of times too, because I love saying it. I don't necessarily feel like I need to say it, but I like saying it anyway, because I really feel that's boosting the momentum of that determination that whatever, and I think whatever now to me is whatever. You're not getting in my way. No one's getting in my way. Whatever. I think it's kind of changed its meaning a little bit to me now from before. It was helping me with acceptance before, helping me get really detached, and now it's helping propel me forward. Because if something looks to be getting in my way, or something looks to be going the other way, then I just say whatever to it now. Yeah, whatever. You're not getting in my way. If it's a circumstance or a person saying something, whatever. I'm just aiming it at that. Whatever, you say whatever, you do whatever, but you're not getting in my way. That's how it feels now. It feels very, very strong and determined, and I think this feeling is going to propel me forward in all areas of my life, and it's already started to do that really, really quickly. And I feel like now, this was a term, because I was saying to Jeremy went to meet an ex-employee of ours actually, and they do some work together sometimes. He's just the cleverest guy, and sometimes when Jeremy stuck with anything, he goes, I need to speak to Chris. And anyway, he went off to speak to Chris, and when he came back I said, oh, how's Chris doing? Is he living his best life? And he said, yeah, I think so. And I thought to myself, I'm living my best life. Oh my God, I'm living my best life. If I could have looked at my life now 15 years ago, for example, I wouldn't have seen this, and I would have looked, but if I could have seen it, so yeah, let's just say I could have looked into the future, I would have thought, oh my God, what the hell, how lucky are you? You know, I would have, and I thought, I really am, and it wouldn't be everybody's best life, you know. You might not look at it and think, what, you're living your best life? But it is for me, because it suits me completely. But again, for other people, their best life will be something completely different. And I thought, wow, but that doesn't mean that I don't want other things and I don't aim for other things, because I do. And part of living my best life is aiming high. I love aiming high. I think I love taking risks. I've always done that, to be honest. But I just love aiming high these days, and I never try to tweak anything now. I think this is where this new feeling state has got me. I used to tweak things to come more in line with if I used to have any limiting beliefs or anything like that, and I'm not doing that now. I'm just leaping and aiming for the sky, basically, and because I feel like nothing can stop me. I'm not anything different than you. You can get to this state too. You have to just find your way of getting there. And maybe your state will be slightly different, but it would be like this, but a little bit different, because we are all unique. But as Arnie said, never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams, absolutely. And take any action that feels good to you, leading you to that, knowing that you are doing everything that you can to get there. You've set the intention. You know it's possible, because you wouldn't even bother if you didn't know it was possible, and you're just walking that path. That's all you're doing, so you're not giving up. Okay, let's talk about a specific person. Should you give up on a specific person? This is where I am with that. You'll always, if you want somebody, you love somebody, you want to be with somebody, you will always have that desire there, probably, anyway, so you're not really giving up in that respect. What you're doing is giving up on the angst. You're giving up, you're letting up on yourself, you're letting things be. Do you know, let's call it that. You are letting things be as they are for the moment, because you feel too strung up, you feel too angsty, you feel too lackful at the moment. So you're stepping back. You're not giving up on the idea of it, because you know what you want. Your brain knows, your subconscious mind knows what you want. So that's not going anywhere. So you don't have to go, you're not saying I don't want that anymore, take that away from me because I can't deal with it. You're just saying I'm stepping back and giving myself a breather, as Arnie did. And I know he only did it for one night, but he did it. He took a step back, as I did when I gave up on manifesting for a little while, because I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the big bloody, I'm going to say this phrase, and I love this phrase, clusterfuck, that I had made of it, basically. I love that phrase. I heard it a little while ago, and I know it's a thing, but I heard it a little while ago on TV, I think. Then I heard a client said it, and it was just so funny, it made me laugh, and I thought it's a brilliant word, isn't it? That is what I had done. My whole manifestation journey became one massive clusterfuck. I didn't know what I was doing. So I stepped away. I gave myself a rest. I gave myself a manifesting holiday. So you could give yourself a holiday, but you're still not saying, I can't, you're not going to say just, I can't have that. That's not for me, I can't have it. I'd never say that. I would never say to myself, even about a person, you can't have that. Never. I'd never tell myself I can't have anything. I've never done that, I must admit. I've never said you can't have that. That's not for you. That's not in the realms of possibility for you. I've never done that. So maybe that's part of the reason I am the way that I am. So I would never suggest that you do that. I would just suggest that you give yourself a break and let things be. Letting things be is what's got me to this point now, got me to Arnie's state. I'm in Arnie's state. Awesome. Like literally, I'm not even kidding you, the video collection I had. I used to belong to this video club, and I used to get, I think it was 4 or 5 videos every single month, and I got to choose them if I wanted to, or I could let them send them to me, because I loved films, I loved movies. But there was a stage where I just went through collecting every single Arnie one that I could, and a new one came out, and a new film came out, I would get that. I just had all of them. I don't know whatever happened to those. I guess I gave them to a charity shop at some point. But I've never stopped being a massive fan of his. I think my favourite Arnie film was Commando still, out of all the stuff that I've seen. But his Netflix series, Fubar, is brilliant. I love it. It's so funny. cracks me up. But his determination and his like, nothing is out of the realms of possibility. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm unstoppable. If you can practice getting into that state, even saying unstoppable to yourself is a great way to help with that. Unstoppable, and just feel it. I still do feel that the state of detachment, more detachment, is the best one to aim for, because when you aim for that, this seems to happen naturally. This seems to have happened fairly naturally for me. It hasn't gone anywhere. Even when I'm talking about it now, I'm feeling unstoppable. I can't even, it's the strangest thing, but I love it so much. It's the state that I felt, the only one that I felt where I've just felt such momentum around it. It's crazy, it really is. And I do feel unstoppable. It's everything. A few things have happened in my life, and things happen in life, don't they, that normally you might worry about, and I just don't worry about them. I just think that'll be okay, and if it's not, I'm going to deal with it. Of course I'm going to deal with it. Why would I not? It's that kind of thing. But again, so now I see it as the Arnie state. Yeah, I'm just going to call it that now to myself, the Arnie state. Yeah. Okay, I hope this was useful. So you're not giving up on the idea of it. Sometimes you just need to take a breather and go, what am I doing? What's my feeling state over this? Okay, this is no good. Just accept what is now, because it's here anyway. I can't do anything to change it in this moment because I'm not feeling ready for that. It is what it is, but I know what I want. And if I didn't know that it was possible, I would not even want to manifest it, because I just wouldn't go there. My mind wouldn't go there. My subconscious wouldn't go there. So I do know it's possible. So everything is possible. Anything is possible. Nothing can hold you back. I watched, and I didn't enjoy it actually, and I know a lot of people that have watched it and loved it, but I watched that, The Simple Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I've never read the book actually, because I'm not a great one for reading something, and I do swear. I'm not saying I don't swear, but for reading something that's got a lot of language in it, it starts to get on my nerves, so it starts to distract me from the message. So I didn't, the last 20 minutes I haven't even got around to watching yet, because I found it a little bit negative and a little bit limiting actually, and I hate anyone limiting me and telling me that this isn't possible for everyone. And I don't believe that it isn't possible for everyone. I just believe that's all about mindset. And I know like people that I know that are into this, that have watched it and really enjoyed it, and I thought, God, am I just not seeing something here? Am I not seeing something? Because I'm seeing it as something really, I like him and everything, and I like his stories, and I agree with a lot of the stuff he says, but I still found it to be a really kind of limiting message, and it just didn't work for me. But I will watch it until the end, because maybe there's just going to be a little nugget at the end that I think, yeah, that's it. Because other people that I would have thought wouldn't have enjoyed it have really enjoyed it. And I thought, God, so maybe I don't know, maybe I'll watch it all again from the beginning and I'll see something different there. I don't know. Anyway, that's really going off the track, sorry. If you have watched it and you've really enjoyed it or haven't enjoyed it, can you comment? Because I'm really interested to see what people think about it. Maybe I should put a poll out about that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love for you to do that.